Every single element, every single aspect of our world has feminine and masculine within it. What I've come to learn is that Earth has more of a feminine essence, and so does the water element. And it's all done through the vibrations of her medicinal properties, plant properties, the groundingness of placing your feet on the earth, and the wisdom that she holds within it. Hey, and welcome to our Elemental Rituals series. We're going to go over the 4 elements, so there's going to be 4 episodes to this series, and the 4 elements being the 4 main Gaia ones: earth, water, fire, and air. So for those of you who are in the middle of my Feminine Harmony program, and you say you're up to the collective body modules, the collective body sequence, we have a lesson of Gaia. And in this lesson, we go through these 4 elements. You'll already be familiar with this page here. If you aren't in my Feminine Harmony program, if you're not on that journey, you may already be familiar with this if you've purchased my Energy Clearings Compendium, or if you've done any one-on-one sessions with me, because I put this in the free PDF, the personalized PDF that I give you after our one-on-one sessions together. So if you're not, feel free to take a screenshot of this. If this is all new to you, it's just to give you some context of how we view the 4 elements here at Somatic Body before I go into any rituals. So today we're going to be focusing on the first element, the earth element. So the earth element, she is a very feminine element in essence. Every single element, every single aspect of our world has feminine and masculine within it. But I would say earth, what I've come to learn is that earth has more of a feminine essence, and so does the water element. Whereas your fire and air have more of a masculine element to them. It doesn't mean they don't have feminine in them. And likewise with earth. So earth is kind of more of a grounding, nurturing, feminine element. And then we've got water, which is more of a kind of momentum-based, calming, cleansing feminine element, which we will be getting into in the next episode. There's a few ways you can go about working with earth. You can simply ground and immerse yourself in the nature and just listen and be present. This is a really grounding experience. You can incorporate her in spells by using things like twigs, dirt, crystals, flowers. And flowers actually come into the air element a little bit as well, because we're working with scent and essence as well. But really, I would say the takeaway when we're working with earth and her medicine is that she really does help you to connect with your ancestors, your shadow self, your carnal instincts. And it's all done through the vibrations of her medicinal properties, plant properties, the groundingness of placing your feet on the earth, and the wisdom that she holds within it. So here are some ways that you can work with the earth. We have herbal water, so we have water infusions, which you can use with any of the elements. When we work with herbal water, we're working with that of earth essence and using that as an infusion into the water. And there will always be an aspect of water element as well when we're doing this. So you're kind of combining earth with water element. And this captures the essence of earth, but it's specific to the plant properties in which you want to work with. So going into books that have herbalism and essential oils, for example, can really be a great foundational starting point if you're not sure where to begin when it comes to doing herbal infusions and herbal water. But essentially, herbal water would be when you're selecting a herb of some kind or an essence of some kind and infusing it over, most people do say 12 to 24 hours, sometimes longer. And then from there, you use that water, the water that's been infused, in ritual. For some people, they anoint areas of their body and do some kind of prayer, blessing, manifestation ritual, and then take action from there. For some people, they actually drink the water as well. That's another way you can use water infusions. And then we have grounding practice, which is something I mentioned earlier, where you have your bare feet placed on the ground, whether it's soil, sand, grass. Basically, any kind of natural earth works here. And it's similar to if we were to jump into the ocean. The ocean itself contains negative ions naturally, or even natural springs when you're out in the mountains doing a hike, for example. The way it works with earth and grounding is the same. The earth contains negative ions. And this helps rebalance and aligns our frequencies together, which promotes a grounding, nurturing, and stabilizing energy for us. So again, taking on that frequency of Earth's medicine. You can also get a little bit witchy with the Earth element and start brewing. You can do like a witch's brew, which is like, you might not necessarily be drinking it like a soup or consuming it, but throwing in a big boiling pot of water, simmering pot of water, whatever you would wish. And as you throw these elements in, you kind of treat it like a spell. And you stir, and there's also directions that you can go into. So like stirring clockwise and stirring counterclockwise, each will do different things. So you can look up the different directions and what that means as well. So another manifesting ritual that you can do with Earth's medicine. Using Earth's medicine, particularly again when you want to ground, feel nurtured, feel stable. And while we're on the topic of brewing, we can also start to bring in the elements of working with root vegetables, so those that grow beneath the ground, working with things like turmeric, like sweet potato, like spices and vegetables. It doesn't just have to be literally potatoes and onions. It could be spices like turmeric or ginger. Working with those within the diet, or consuming mushrooms. That can be one of the most grounding elements to work with. Even cacao, you can work with cacao as a very grounding, because it tastes very earthy. It has very medicinal, earthy, tree-like properties when we work with cacao as well, and it's very sacred. So these are all the ways that you can connect with the medicine of the earth element specifically. And again, when we're doing all these rituals, these practices, just keeping in mind that when you're doing it with a particular element, you're calling in that of the same frequency. So a nurturing, stabilizing, grounding essence within what it is that your desire is that you're calling forth. And also not only to practice, yes, dreaming, manifesting, intention setting, but also when we're doing this, having the real intent to take action from there. So like not just, I'm going to do the ritual, set and forget, and then just sit around and wait for it to happen and do nothing. But also it's important for us to take the next step as well. However big, however small, whatever feels right and safe and comfortable. Slightly uncomfortable is okay, because this is what perturbation and growth is. But like if it feels safe enough for you to take the next step, take the next step too after this ritual. Really instill your intention settings, your rituals, your manifestations by taking a step forward as well. This is how we blend the feminine with the masculine. So I hope you enjoyed this mini masterclass on working with the earth elements. I'll see you in the next episode where we're going to go over the water elements.